we live?
We are live. Refresh the screen.
Refresh the screen? Oh, no.
Refresh the screen.
Okay.
Bring it up here. Make it large. Okay. We got Suzanne and Michelle Perkins so far. Oh, there's 11 people. Okay. Just going to let a few people jump on here and get things rolling here in just a moment. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate it.
Don't forget to share the video.
Please share
Please share.
Please.
So that people can see our crazy little show.
Exactly. Next week, I'm hoping we'll have a countdown to when we start.
Oh, yeah, you're working on that.
So then there'll be no time. Once we go live, it's live. There's no time to play around after that.
Yeah, we're working on different ways to...
Did you cut your hair? No, she just got it
No,
inside.
it's all hair.
She can't cut it. No.
I'm not allowed to cut my hair.
Allowed.
I've been told that my hair is like the thing besides writing that I'm known for is my hair.
Hair and writing, that's
hair
it.
and writing, that's all I got. That's all I got to offer.
No. Hi, Alicia. Hello. Everybody's hopping on.
I'm just trying to get so I can see you. I've been having computer issues. My computer is so slow.
She needs a new one.
I do. And this one isn't even that old. That's the part that makes me mad.
No, I think it's because of how much she uses it that we're going to have to get her a new one. I'm thinking we're going to have to upgrade you to a Mac.
A Mac?
Yeah, I'll put mine off. I'll put my new one on hold.
I just hate having to keep spending money on computers, but
it's kind of essential to your job.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Those are the way you could write and scan it in and put it up there.
Yeah.
That might work.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
I'm finally to where I think I need to be. It's so slow. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's hot in Michigan. It's hot here.
Oh. Who said it's hot in Michigan?
Lisa Bright. Hello, Lois. Thanks for tuning in. Are we about ready?
I'm trying. I don't know why it won't come up.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to get it so I can see comments, and I can't. It's just like frozen. So I guess I'm just going to have to look at your comments. So I apologize, you guys, if I can't answer you.
Refresh button.
And don't worry if you guys can't watch the whole show because we'll put it on YouTube.
Yes.
Afterwards.
Put it on YouTube afterwards. It takes me about a half an hour or so.
I'm just going to leave it just like that. Okay, so
sure?
we're, yeah, all right.
We're
Sorry,
ready?
I apologize.
Sorry, we're only a minute late, so. Ready?
I'm ready, go.
Right. Hello, welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 10 for June 18th, 2018. Wow.
Is it show 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
They said it wouldn't make it past 2.
They said it wouldn't last.
I'm just joking. We're actually back on Monday night.
Yes.
After our little hiatus of Mondays.
Yes. Yeah, the past 2 weeks it's been on Tuesdays, and we said we were going to get back to Mondays. Sorry.
What day?
I know. What day?
No,
because I'm actually watching my computer just act up like right here, and there's nothing I can do about it. It went to somebody else's profile. Well, I don't even know why. I'm so sorry.
It's a good thing mine works the best. Go ahead and hit your...
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and hit that play button.
I just can't. All right, we'll just watch yours. So if people leave funny comments that usually
I'll see them.
like interrupt me and make me laugh inappropriately,
it's probably good that you don't have it.
Maybe it's better that I can't see what you guys are saying.
So. Okay, so we need to introduce ourselves, do we?
They know who we are. Scott, Michelle, Andrew behind the camera. You know.
The quiet one behind the camera.
You know who we are.
From slurping his water.
Yeah, the one who's on Animal Patrol.
Are we giving stuff away?
Who is that?
It slid out of the way already. Couldn't tell who it
Can't
was.
see.
It was Elizabeth asked.
I don't know.
And then she put crying faces.
Oh.
No, this is stuff we've just accumulated.
Yes. You know what? There's meaning. There's meaning here. But we'll talk about that later. This is my little display for this week that has purpose.
We're gonna do a little display every week. I'm gonna film my little pop phone because you won't even see me. I'll build a wall in front of myself. Probably better.
So anyway.
Okay. So last week, really not a lot going on this past week. Disney-wise. I mean, we did a lot, but there wasn't a lot of Disney news or anything like that. We were busy. On Thursday, we actually got over to Epcot to see the Guardian show, which we told you we would. Janelle and Mike had covered it Saturday previous, to record it, put it on our YouTube channel. But we went to check it out, and we arrived for, was it the 5:30 show? And the Sky didn't agree with us?
Yeah, they actually they actually had a big rain delay. I guess if there's lightning in the area, it's a no-go.
Yeah, that's what I heard one cast member say. He said it could be pouring buckets of rain. As long as it's coming straight down, they'll do the show. But as soon as they see one strike of lightning or the rain is coming sideways, then they have to stop the show, which is understandable. So we took that little bit of a rain delay to kill a little bit of time, and we actually went into the American Adventure and watched the show in there, which was indoors and air conditioning, so it got us through that half hour.
Yeah. Yeah, you do what you got to do when it's raining. You know?
Exactly. So then we caught the next show, which was the 6:45 show, I believe it was, and it was great. I loved it. I thought the music was excellent. Good little show. It's a nice little 21-minute production they put on there, and we all had a good time with it.
Yeah, we did. You know, it's good to see new things at you know, like especially like Epcot, where I mean the festivals are good and the contents are good. Don't get me wrong, but having an extra little show to entertain people is always a good thing.
And I think it was cool because we hadn't been there in a while. We actually got to see the structure for the Guardians ride that's going up. Over in the front of the park, so we got to see some of those images of the I-beams being put into place and the frame which are starting to come in.
I put a video on our YouTube channel and I shared it to our Facebook page as well of the front of Universe of Energy where it's got Guardians like boards up.
Yeah, it's like a display in front of it, the Guardians, and the ride is actually almost behind the festival center. The building that they're building is kind of behind the festival center rather than behind Universe of Energy.
Yeah, actually, it's you know, I know it's going to be big. They said it's going to be like a huge indoor coaster.
Yeah, one of the biggest in the U.S., I believe is what they said.
And the building for Universe of Energy is already big.
It is. So, but this one looks like it's going to be, because it's going to be a coaster, it's got to obviously have more than one floor. It's not really that much fun. So.
Yeah.
So you can see them doing that.
But it's kind of like to the side. So, but it is on our YouTube channel, and I do have a link on our Facebook page from a couple hours ago. Right. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see what's going on. And then this wasn't on the schedule, but since we're talking about construction,
I think we're on the same place. I was going to mention it.
Were you going to mention it too?
I was going to mention it.
Okay, you go then.
Go ahead. Ratatouille?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see the construction happening. So the trees were kind of spaced out just enough where you can see the building going up behind. It's between the France and the Morocco pavilion. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's actually more like if you go to the festivals, you can see where like the Brazilian booth usually is, or there's that Florida Fresh one, I think, or something that's between France and Morocco.
Yeah, there's the grassy area right there, and bushes, and then behind the bushes area, you can start to see a building.
Yeah, it's over to the side. So like it's just like the Guardians ride is over to the side. So is the Ratatouille ride. Right. So. But
there's not a lot of room because we've actually been on a tour behind the scenes there. There's really not a lot of room between the buildings and then the end of the area there.
No, so I guess they would have to build it sideways.
But I think it would be cool right there. So I'm assuming they'll have that all covered up eventually, the trees and things. You won't be able to see any of it.
And if that ride is what it's supposed to be, kind of like, you know, like we talked a couple weeks ago, kind of like a Harry Potter ride, like armature type of thing, whatever we called it a couple weeks ago, then I guess they would need the extra room. The thing like Universal. I think that they do need that room.
Yes, I do too. I think it's going to be great. I can't wait. When is that? That's before the 50th, correct?
I don't know. There's so much going on.
Not sure. There's so much that's supposed to happen before the 50th. We were talking about that the other day. There's so many projects going on. So we're trying to keep up to date on them all and give you guys the best dates and times. And as we hear things, we will be sure to pass it along to you.
Oh, of course.
So then Saturday we were sitting around here and what shall we do? It's hot outside, so we decided to go see The Incredibles 2, which debuted this past week.
Yes.
Which set some impressive numbers at the box office.
It did. I actually wrote this stuff down. So
that was my lead-in.
Okay, so and I wrote about this earlier today too, so you can check that on our site as well. But for those who did not see it, let's talk about The Incredibles 2. So it was box office record of 180 million in ticket sales domestically. Box office record for an animated film, which previously was Finding Dory, was the one that was on the top of that list. So good job, Disney.
They knocked themselves off the list.
They did. They knocked themselves off the list. There's no better way to get yourself knocked off the list than get from something else that you've done.
Well, and they seem to do that with every movie nowadays.
Yes. Okay.
Except Solo. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, but actually, that was part of that was part of all the stuff that I was reading about The Incredibles 2. I mean, all of them kind of got their dig in a little bit about Solo, saying, well, after the disappointing numbers of Solo, they needed a home run, and they got that.
It's pretty bad when 193 million is considered a disappointment, but I think in Star Wars numbers and what they expect and compare it to Marvel numbers, I guess that's what
that's probably not a fair comparison.
No.
So it was 231 million worldwide. Also set records for IMAX theaters as the most, like the biggest release for IMAX for the weekend.
That's right. Was it 14 million or something like that? I think 14.1 million. I thought I read for IMAX screens.
Maybe.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so and then just other little tidbits that I saw. A lot of moviegoers were adults, not kids. I mean, or adults with kids, because you know, it's been 14 years. And a lot of people have been waiting for this movie, and you know, it wasn't just kids that were looking forward to it. It was for bigger kids and adults that, you know, were excited about the other one. So
yeah, that's the one stat I read. They said 25% of the moviegoers that see this were 35 or older. Which they were at least 21 or older 14 years ago when it came out. So it's kind of, they were adults then and still wanted to see it again as even with their kids possibly then. And,
right. So, and for us, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I just wanted to mention just a couple of things. If you haven't seen the movie yet, this movie picks up where the last one left off. Yes, it's been 14 years, but you wouldn't know it because it picks right up.
Yeah, if you remember the ending of the first one, it's after Dash has his track meet, and they're celebrating, and all of a sudden the Underminer appears, voiced by John Ratzenberger, who has been in every Pixar film.
Yes.
And then he picks up, so they start out with the Underminer scene. As the end of 1 and 2, they mesh together. So there's really no time lapse at all.
No. And if you are familiar with the other movie, you will pick it up like no time has been. And there's a Pixar short that starts in front, and it made me ugly cry, like ugly cry. But most of those little shorts do. They do.
They're good. There's no talking usually in them. It's 7, 8, 10 minutes long, and
they make you cry.
They rip out your heart and they throw it away. Like Lava was the same. Lava made me cry.
But this one was bad too. I mean, not bad, but like bad for ugly crying. Because like my kids both looked at me. They're like, are you?
I didn't even look. I just heard her. I knew. Just watching it, I knew she's gonna cry.
I can't help it. It was like a parenting thing, and it was just ripped my heart out. But the movie itself, I just want to say that, you know, it was very good. Before the movie started, the stars of the film kind of gave you a little intro, like thank you to the viewers for waiting all this time, and that it'll be worth your wait.
And it was.
And it was worth your wait. When it was over, both my kids were like, yay. My littler one next to me actually clapped because Incredibles 1 was the first Disney movie he had ever seen. Now, mind you, I groomed my kids very early. He was probably 4 months old.
So he doesn't remember seeing it. You remember him seeing it.
And he was a baby, and I took him because, you know, I had to start them. Like when Andrew was a baby, his first movie I took him to see was Lilo and Stitch. And even though he doesn't fully remember, I remember it. It's the same concept as like when people take their babies to Disney. I mean, there's various reasons for that. But anyway, so and Aiden was excited to see it because he has it groomed in his head that, The Incredibles was the first movie I saw.
Even though he's only 14 in almost a month.
Yeah.
And it came out 14 years ago. It's like...
Well, it was he was a baby when he saw it.
So there's no way he remembers seeing it then.
But he remembers seeing it at home.
But what's funny is later on in the day he goes, does anybody else see it weird that I've seen them doing stuff on the big screen? And I'm like, we all didn't get it because we saw him do it on the big screen before, so I guess... Remember he asked that in the car when we were leaving Disney. He goes, was it weird that I saw them on the big screen fighting and I was used to the small screen?
Oh.
So it was just kind of a weird little insight that he said.
Okay, so,
I don't know, maybe left.
Okay.
Anyway.
But anyway, so it was a good movie.
Great movie, actually.
And it really changes the dynamics of the family unit this time. I don't want to give anything away, but there is a strong female presence this time. We'll just say that.
And I think the trailers alluded to that too, because you see Mr. Incredible taking care of Jack more throughout the movie.
And we find out what kind of powers Jack has. I know that people have been waiting years to find out what the baby's powers are, and it's really a funny part of
His powers are really funny, actually.
They're good.
Makes me want a cookie though.
Oh yeah.
Not spoiling anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but Incredibles 2 was really good.
Yes, if you're even thinking about going to see it, go see it. For a sequel, I think it's probably one of the best ones I've seen.
My kids liked it better than the first one.
Yes, they did, and I like them both the same. But yeah, part 2, nowhere bad at all. I thought the entire movie was good from beginning to end. There was no parts that were like, oh, they didn't have to do that or do that. I mean, the story was great. It was just over 2 hours, I believe.
I don't even know how long it was, but I'll tell you that we're so used to how like Marvel movies and such go. We sat there through the whole credits, and the credits were like what, like forever long.
Us and like 6 other people.
Yeah. So you know who the diehard Disney fans are that are sitting in the audience waiting to make sure that there was no scenes after like the credits, and there isn't.
There isn't.
I mean,
when it's over, get up and leave.
Yeah.
Don't sit there.
There is no need for you to sit there for 15 minutes of credits because there's nothing at the end.
Oh, that makes getting out of the theater easier. You know, like,
yeah, because everybody was gone. It's just we're sitting there, and I'm like, okay, is there gonna be something? There's gonna be something, and then like the guys are waiting to clean up, and they're just kind of standing.
But they never brought the lights back up.
No,
that's what was deceiving because it's like after a Marvel movie, and after they show one of the credits, the lights start to come up a little bit. But this one, they didn't do anything until it was done and over with, and you
can't chance it because then if you go home and you see that you missed something, well, you don't want to miss anything.
Then you gotta go see it again.
Or you could just Google it and find out what you missed.
Do that too.
That's probably what I would have done. I wouldn't go see it. Anyway, so yeah, don't worry about it. There's nothing at the end of the movie.
Nope, but go see it. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Did you write a little review about it?
I did. I put it out earlier.
So if you've seen it, go comment on Michelle's post. Tell us what you thought about it.
Yeah. And I didn't give anything away. At least I don't think so.
Not yet.
No, there's that whole window that you can't talk about things.
Right.
Like he won't even talk about Avengers still because even though it's been out for a month, he's like,
I'll start talking about it.
Okay, but not today because we don't want anyone to yell at us.
Right? Next week.
Maybe next week we'll talk about it because Marvel is your thing.
That is
okay, so next subject, and don't forget to share this video, you guys, because
please share. Let everybody watch it.
It's doing so well. And the recaps will be on YouTube. Yes. But we've been pinning each week's show to the top of our Facebook page. So if you miss it, you can go back and watch it. And it's been doing really well, and we thank you for that.
Yeah, even the 2 Tuesdays we did still did pretty good.
Yeah, even the Tuesdays, it wasn't so bad. You know, I mean, even though we were off our schedule, it still wasn't bad. So
that's right. So next topic. Yesterday was a big anniversary for us. Yesterday was 4 years since we arrived in Florida, moving from Michigan.
Yes.
So kind of cool. It's been definitely a roller coaster ride.
A little bit.
But it's been fun. It's been fun.
So this was part of the. This is my theme for this week. Okay, so if you read my book, then you know why. Okay, so like Tangled is my favorite movie, and
what?
I know. Okay, so it is.
I didn't see that one coming.
No, most didn't. And there's a lot of references in my book to that whole leaving your comfort zone and taking risks and such. And even like the last line in the book is a Tangled quote. So anyway, so that's why I have, this is actually in my Tangled bathroom, which I still need to get video of. Yeah. But yeah, this is the same line as this little castle that everybody asks us about every week. And it just says, go live your dream. So fitting for today's topic.
And you get it from Hallmark, right?
Hallmark, yes. And then my friend Troy, he made me this awesome magnet. I got a pillow with lanterns on it today, and I have pictures in our group. But yeah, so it was just fitting that it all came at the same time. And he made me some sort of Andy Warhol art picture with like my face on.
It's the best.
It's really cool. I should, Andrew, go get that in the other room. It's really cool, but see, you know, it's so amazing the people that we've met through the Main Street Mouse and the people that that support what we do. And and Troy is one of those people. He doesn't want to get on the film.
And Troy's an amazing artist, actually. He
but
really
look how cool this is,
so
you
this
guys.
Is the picture.
That's my picture from the book.
So technically I helped because I took the picture on the book, so this is a combined work between me and Troy.
Yeah, so Troy sent me this, and he sent me lantern goodies and all kinds of other things.
Your arm was on the video.
Your arm was on the video. Okay, here, you can have it back. Oh, don't break it. So,
there you go.
But anyway, so that was a nice surprise. And then my friend Paula sent us another surprise today was I got a Michigan big wooden sign to put in the house. And then she sent me this little bless your heart. It's kind of an inside joke since we moved to Florida because...
bless your heart.
Bless your heart. We didn't even know that was a thing.
Until Cindy and Janet
so our friends that we had met through the site explained to us that there's different versions of what bless your heart means. So yeah, so these things up here this week have meaning because it's been our anniversary.
And then Robert's little figment.
Oh, and Robert's figment that we got
every week.
Yeah, it's just it has been, oh gosh, it's been something. It's been something. It's been something
very good. There's been times it's been very rough. There's been times a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of lessons learned.
Oh gosh, yes.
But it's been fantastic.
It has, and I really try. If you read my Wednesday blogs or you read the book, I put out a really good blog last night, kind of summarizing the past 4 years. And I try to be really, really honest with what it's been like. And I would say 90% of everything that we've done through the Main Street Mouse has been a wonderful thing. Whether it's the meetups, it's getting to cover events, it's the people that, like you guys, that we've gotten to meet, even those that we haven't met yet, people that have become family to us because the Main Street Mouse is just a big extended Disney family. And unless you're a part of it, you might look at it funny, like, really, that can't be. Oh yes, it really can be, and it is. And it's not easy. When I always try to get the point across that, what we did moving it was crazy at the time. I still can't believe we did it sometimes, but the whole point...
It's still crazy regardless of the time or not. It was still it was a huge, huge step of faith.
It was. And I guess with my theory at the time was, okay, we'll give it a year. Let's give it a year and see what happens. And if it's horrible, we'll go back to Michigan. And the first year was pretty hard. It was times that I didn't want to come back here. Like when we went home at Christmas time, I had a panic attack and I didn't want to come back here. Yep. And it wasn't because of I didn't like being near Disney. It had nothing to do with that. It was the environment. It was the nature of this business. We had run into a friend over the weekend who also is in Disney community, YouTube, whatever. And we had this discussion really quickly that nobody seems to understand how competitive and vicious the Disney blogging community is.
When you're trying to get somewhere and trying to get your name out there, it is very hard.
It is hard. And you know what? When we got here, even before we got here, you get so filled with self-doubt because of what people say to you, and how people treat you and lies they say about you. And I think there were some that really tried everything they could to get us to quit and go home. But guess what? It's 4 years later and we're still here. And I am thankful. When bad things happen and people treat you poorly, you have decisions to make. You can let those things define you and ruin you and make you sad. Or you can learn from them and you get stronger. Right. And I think that's when I was asked to write the book, I wanted to drill that point home. And especially for me as a female business owner, yes, he's my business partner, but I've kind of been at the helm of the Main Street Mouse. And you would be shocked. You would think it's like 1955 Isle of Lucy type of era, that women are not supposed to be at the lead of a business. And that is garbage, you guys. Especially to you women out there, don't ever let anybody make you feel inferior. You understand what I'm getting at?
I've been through it. I know exactly what you're talking
about. I had others in the community tell me that this Disney business is a boys' club. Not always, because here I am. And you know what? You don't ever back down to that sort of thing. You look fear in the face and doubt in the face, and you do it anyway. And if there's anything that I can tell my readers is thank you for believing in what we do. Thank you for giving me that push. Thank you for not letting me quit even when I wanted to. And you get stronger. You get stronger. Mm-hmm. And I'm not the same person I was 4 years ago.
Yeah, even Brian just said, hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. We miss you. We were talking about you the other day, too. I
got to get in contact with you. I apologize. It will be happening soon.
So anyway, I just wanted to get that point across because never let anybody chase you away.
No, and don't give up on your dream, no matter what it is. And when we came up with the idea for the Main Street Mouse all those years ago, we were at Disney at the time, and we thought, how great would this be to do something like this? And we both kind of just said it would be great, and then we kind of just walked away. Like, okay. And then we talked more about it, and then we created it, and then we took it away for a while because we had to refigure it out, and then we brought it back, and then it grew bigger than you could ever imagine.
It is. And you know, all I can say is thank you. The long and short of it, because I could talk for hours about these things. But
the one thing I remember, so we moved here June 17th. That's when we made land here in Florida, so to speak.
So when we rolled into town.
And Michelle's mom and dad were here with us for a few days, helping us get settled, get the house in order, things like that. And then after they went back home, after a couple of days, when we finally went and got our Disney passes, because that was something we had to do. I mean, this was our job now. We had to have the passes to be able to report things to you, even though we weren't on the media list yet. We weren't even talking to Disney at the time. We had nothing. And so we got our passes, and I don't think it was the day we got our passes, but the next day we went to the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And we saw Wishes for that first time after moving here. And it was probably the most meaningful Wishes fireworks I think I saw, I watched. Especially then, they had Celebrate the Magic before, which so you saw Walt on the castle and giving you the inspiration and pushing you to achieve your dreams. And then, so fast forward 4 years later, last night, now Wish is no longer here. We have Happily Ever After is the nighttime show,
which is still good.
We went to the Magic Kingdom last night for Father's Day. We spent the day there. We went to dinner, and then we walked around the Magic Kingdom for a while, and we stayed for the fireworks. And I love the show. Happily Ever After to me is just it's an amazing show. All the different characters that are on that castle at any given time, all the music, just everything. And again, it was that whole thing where if you've never seen the show, at the end of it they say you can fly with your dreams. And again, it hit me again. It was like, wow, 4 years later, it's still don't stop. Still don't take it for granted. Still fight every day to make yourself one step better. No,
and you know, as I was standing there watching Happily Ever After last night, and it was on the anniversary of our move, and it just means so much. That's all I'm gonna say. Disney is in my soul. It's in my veins. It's in my heart. It's in our family, and I'm so blessed and lucky to have this job and to be able to do this for all of you. So thank you. I don't take it for granted, and I love you guys. That's all I can say. It means everything. It means everything. I can't thank you enough.
It does.
So
thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate everything we've tried over the years. New things we've tried to throw to see how it would work. You guys have just been awesome. You guys have really pushed us. You guys have given us the inspiration to keep moving forward. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot. There is a whole lot going on behind the scenes right now of stuff we're working on. So let's just say you haven't seen our best yet.
No, because of you, we continue to do more. And it took me a long time to get to that point where I had enough confidence in myself and in what we do, to where I don't, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not
doing this show.
Huge, you know?
This show is something I've been pushing her to do probably for 3.5 years since we moved here. And she just, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. And I knew she would be. So in the back of my head, I was always working on how we could do it.
Like, you have to do this. Like, you have to do this. And you know, it's that whole thing, like like I said, we've been through a lot with others, and when people constantly fill your head with doubt, you don't want to put yourself out there because you're afraid. And I know that fear is something that I keep telling people to not be afraid of, but I say that because I'm afraid a lot of the times. And me doing these type of things helps get me out of my comfort zone. And you know what? And I've become much more of a kick butt person now.
She is.
You know, I know what I want. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to strive for all of you and for the greater good of our business and our community and the people that follow us. And I'm tired of that. That fear is just over. It's over. And you know what? It's time. It is time to take things to the next level. And I am just so thankful and so excited for more that's coming.
Right.
So just keep watching because we're always working for you. And I also, so I don't start crying again, let's talk about something funny. Oh my gosh, my son just put this next to a little tiny square of toilet paper next to the computer.
Obviously, we're out of Kleenex, which is what I mean.
That's hysterical. Okay, thank you, Andrew.
But what she's getting into is yesterday, being Father's Day, Michelle let me pick where we're going to go eat, and I had a couple options, and we decided to go to Trails End, which is our family favorite, which is a place we didn't even know about when we moved here. And it makes me wonder how many people don't know about Trails End. But we decided to go there, and it's if you're at the Magic Kingdom, you just jump on the boat, take it over to the campground. It's just a little walkway to the restaurant there. So we decided to leave a little bit early for the restaurant just because
we're always late when we
go there. We're always late, and I always feel bad when we show up and say, oh, we're late, sorry. So we decided to leave about 15 minutes early, leave the Magic Kingdom and go on the boat to go over there. So we're getting there, and the sky started to look a little like it might rain, but we're like, it's okay. This is the best time probably for it to rain while we're going to go eat, and then once we're done eating...
We seem to always be late to get to Trails End. It's a great place to go eat, but it is a pain getting over to that restaurant.
But I will say, before we get into why, we were not late.
We weren't late this time.
We checked in 1 minute before. It should have been like 30 minutes before, but we were there. And the reason we were so close is we're on the boat, and when we're getting ready to, there's the two boat areas to dock, and the one goes to the lodge, and the other one goes to the campground. The campground's a much bigger boat. The one that goes to the lodge is a smaller boat, no coverage really. I mean, there's the felt top or the little top on it, but nothing. If it rains, it's gonna rain. So they had actually closed down that boat because lightning was starting to hit the area. So everybody was being routed to the one boat. So our boat was absolutely packed to the max. I mean, there was no place to stand, no place to sit. So we take off, and it's starting to rain. Not a big deal. It's raining. And then all of a sudden, you hear a crack of lightning hit that you would have thought it split something in half. And everybody
was loud.
Everybody in the boat. I mean, it was just that gasp of air from everybody in the boat. So all of a sudden, it is raining like cats and dogs. And we were sitting towards the back of the boat, not outside in the back area, but the area where the one door is. And there's a gap in the door in the wall. Michelle was sitting in the row behind me, and she was so...
It was funny because I had this orange bird dress that from the dress shop at Disney that I've been waiting to wear, and he's like, oh, I wear that dress. Well, those dresses are really heavy material, actually. My dress was probably 50 pounds by the time I got off that boat because it was just soaked. And then I look in front of me, and my son, Andrew, has water dripping off his face, like in the front. And I'm like, Andrew, get away from the window. I mean, there was no... The rain was sideways. Those boats, people are trying to close the windows. It's rocking. My younger son was like, Mama, I don't feel so good. Because it was just like, you almost needed Dramamine just to get over there.
I really don't know how they saw where they were going.
Oh my gosh.
But they eventually got us to the Wilderness Lodge and docked it. And then the boat, the captain, I'm not sure if it was captain or just his assistant, came and said, okay, we're under alert, we're not allowed to move. We're stuck here until this passes, until they give us the go-ahead to continue going on. So you can either get off and run for your life, or you can stay on the boat.
Or you can hunker down and hold on.
And there was people who ran off that boat, and I mean, they were running down the dock to get off of it. We stayed, of course, because it wasn't our stop. And
what did the guy say? He said, by the time you get off the boat and start running and actually get up to the lodge, the rain could have been stopped, or you could have, or get to a bus to take you over to the campground. That you probably could have actually just stayed put. The only bad part is these boats. They have the sliding windows, and they have like the doors and such. But when the rain is that bad, it just doesn't matter. No. I mean, we were soaked.
We were, and you heard a couple more lightning strikes close by that just because you're in the open water and everything, the echo of it's just so much louder.
Our little one, he has anxiety. He's just like me. God bless him. You know, bless his heart. He is just like his mom, and he worries about everything. So the boat is shaking. I have video I put in our private group. The boat is shaking. It's like, you know, like Armageddon outside, and that crack. It sounds like a crack of a whip when the
oh, it did. It was like whippersnapper.
He's jumping. You know, but he's jumping. He couldn't wait to get off that flipping boat. No,
but we eventually, you could see it started to clear up. It wasn't so rocky. The cast member came over and said, okay, if you are going to the Wilderness Lodge, now's the time to get off if you waited, because we're getting ready to take off. So a few more people did get off that were waiting there for it to clear up.
Oh my gosh.
They got off. We got over the campground. The rain had really slowed down. It hadn't stopped, but it really, really slowed down. So we got over there. They got us docked. We were getting wet, but we weren't soaked going to the trail's end. Got there. Like I said, we had 1 minute to spare for our reservation, and we only had to wait about 5 minutes once we got there.
Yeah, I couldn't even. We ended up having a nice dinner. The food was good as usual.
But everybody was cold because, well, you and Andrew were cold because you guys were wet, and the air conditioning on in there.
And my dress wouldn't dry. It just felt heavy. I mean, it just felt heavy. I'm like, this dress feels like I'm carrying around like an extra bag of something. It was just so heavy. And it
was heavier than your wedding dress. I told you.
Because I think your wedding dress was actually lighter than it could quite possibly be. But we had a nice dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up going back to the park for the fireworks. Yes. But by the time we got home, which was a couple hours later, my dress was still wet. Yeah. My hair was still wet, which was weird. But it was, you know what? I told my boys that it's a Father's Day we'll remember.
You'll never forget that. And we had that similar story from years ago when we came here on vacation and we were at Viennapoli. And it was pouring down rain, the same thing. And we're like, no, we got to go because we got fast passes for something later.
You know, because when you're on vacation, it doesn't matter if there's a monsoon. You just suck it up and you run.
So we all put our ponchos on and we ran then. And we don't carry the ponchos anymore, but we were hightailing it while it was raining. Once we got to the camp, even though it wasn't raining hard, we still kind of got to the restaurant faster. And by the time we walked out of there, it was hot, but it wasn't that type of rain that cooled anything down. If anything, it was more muggy.
Oh, it was like steam.
It was like a
steam room out there.
And we were at the campground, so you have all the trees and everything. So it just held that steam in that area. So it was pretty warm.
Oh my gosh.
But we won't ever forget that Father's Day or our anniversary of the day moving here.
No, you know what? It's funny because, you know, these things that happen at the time, they feel miserable and inconvenient, but you remember.
Carolyn, you asked about Fort Wilderness, and I don't think they do a lunch. Sometimes they do a brunch, but dinner time is the buffet, just like it is at the breakfast. We love the breakfast also.
The breakfast is really good, but yeah, it's both good. They're both good.
It might be breakfast, brunch, and dinner now every day. I'm not sure because I heard somebody say that, but we actually had a server who's waited on us before. She actually waited us. I believe it was on Michelle's birthday when we went there.
She's like, I've seen you guys at breakfast before.
Yeah, she remembered us. But honestly, if you've never been there, it's probably one of the greatest places on property to eat. One of the most affordable places for.
They take annual pass holder discount there too, which helps.
Still get your discount if you're AP holder. I think it was $30 a person for dinner, but if you like home cooked brisket and ribs and pork chops and
macaroni and cheese, mashed
and
potatoes,
fried chicken,
cornbread,
pizza. The cornbread's amazing. Their chilies, the really thick, meaty chili. Oh, here we go, talking about food.
I know, it's so funny because the other day our friends were over and Janelle's like, you guys always end up talking about food on the...
But she said about last week we didn't. So we didn't
talk about food last week?
So let's go through our plate. No, I'm just
Let's talk about what we had. No. But and they have a really good, like these little cheesecake squares.
The whole dessert bar is good. Strawberry shortcake is good. Banana pudding is good. The ice cream machine was down and it didn't even matter.
Well, it mattered to Andrew. He's like, oh my gosh, the ice cream machine
but they had brownies this thick with like 4 pounds of frosting in each one, so it was great.
Yes, but Suzanne just said food detour. Don't we always? It always goes back to
carbs. Macaroni and cheese there is just the bomb.
Carbs. So anyway.
But then somebody goes through and gets a salad first every time. I just don't know.
He tells me that I don't do buffets the right way.
I was 400 plus pounds at one point. I know how to eat at a buffet. You don't waste space in your belly with lettuce.
No, he's like, you never go to the salad bar. You never go get pieces of fruit. You don't get like the health food. You go right for the carbs.
They're counting on you doing that because they know you're going to fill up and then you won't eat as much of the other stuff.
I know, but every time, we go to a buffet and I come back with salad on my plate, I get the look. I get the look of like buffet disgust.
She gets the little like, salad and the other salads there.
And he just looks at me
and the bread
in disappointment.
She gets the cornbread and the roll. It's like they're loving you right now. So
he's so disappointed in me.
But it's all good. It was worth every bite of it. It was so good last night. Our waitress was fantastic.
Yes.
So we will be back. I think next time we have to go for breakfast.
I know we want to do breakfast next time.
Yes, definitely.
So,
definitely.
And then before we talk about glow nights, did you want to talk about merchandise real quick or no?
Maybe you want to.
Okay, so.
I don't know why you. Yes, go into merchandise. Okay. It's all on your side of the table, though, so you have to.
Let's talk merchandise, shall we? Okay. Oh, speaking of, Lindsay's Merchandise Monday blog will be out probably about 9 o'clock tonight. So she is going to cover some of this merchandise too. But I wanted to show you. Well, my computer's messed up, so people are being funny.
No, it's just funny because everybody's Carolyn. Don't give her the look for getting salad. Buffet shaming from Scarlett.
Buffet shaming.
James is telling me Bubblicious Barbecue. The corn nuggets are to die for. I have to find. Never heard of that one, but I will have to find out where that is because I like some corn nuggets.
So if you've left me comments and I didn't answer you, it's because my computer is crap.
It's died once while we were sitting here.
I can't see what you're saying.
She just pulled it up and it's a scene from like 20 minutes ago.
I know.
So,
it's an awful screenshot of.
So I'm guessing I will have to order you a new computer.
I hope not. I hope not. So anyway, I'm not ignoring. I just can't see what you're saying. So anyway, okay, merchandise. So Merchandise Monday will be out later this evening, 9:30. Lindsay's got all of the lowdown for you. But okay, so this week, Rose Gold has been the frenzy again. Like if you thought Rose Gold was on its way out, think again.
It's back with a vengeance.
And I know Robert Carlson, who's watching,
he just said carbs don't count.
Is gonna say that Rose Gold is quote unquote basic. But you know what, Robert? I can't help myself because this is good stuff. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk. This little gem right here has been the hot item of the week. We put out pictures that Lindsay had sent me last week.
This is my Father's Day present, by the way.
No,
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
He got a Mr. Incredible's magic band.
I was teasing because it's a back. Never mind. Go ahead.
And you got it.
I know. I was just making a joke.
Okay.
I got a different backpack actually. It was a joke.
We'll discuss later. Okay. Anyway, so these backpacks. So last week, what are you laughing at?
Robert said he's looking for rose gold underwear.
You bet. If I can find rose gold underwear, I will send you a pack because.
Oh Lord!
And if you don't want them, then your lovely wife can take them.
These sequins are gonna be uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Can you imagine? I mean, sequin underwear would be really uncomfortable. Okay. Anyway, do I even want to know? Oh, Walton, I see that now.
110 rose gold.
Anything rose gold.
Gold is where it is, as goes with my rose gold iPhone. Janelle got hers for Father's Day also, she said.
Ha!
I was making a joke. I didn't mean
No, actually, I got this before Father's Day.
You got that before. You got that.
I got it like Thursday.
Yeah, you got that a few days ago. It was just a joke.
So anyway. So, can we go back to this backpack? Okay, so this backpack was like all the rage. So when it hit Disneyland first,
yes,
and for some reason, Disneyland gets the good stuff first, and then us here at Disney World have to just wait and watch.
Sit there and watch it, and when is it going to hit?
When's it going to hit?
Then the people go on eBay and pay twice as much for it to get it.
Yeah. So Lindsay messages me the other day, and she sends me a picture with, exclamation points. Oh my gosh, Disney World got the rose gold backpack. I'm on my way. So, okay, when you get there, let me know. That poor girl, she went to Disney Springs.
It was like the hottest
and it was
day.
The hottest day. It was the hottest day. She went to like a couple of different stores to find these things. Then she went to 2 different parks. I mean, she really hooked it.
And there was a limit of 2.
Yes. So she was she was trying to, to be like an on-the-scene reporter, get some of the good stuff. And she said she ended up hoofing it like 9 miles in the sweltering heat for these things. You're just dedicated to
for
your
a
job.
backpack.
For a backpack. So, but yeah, so these backpacks are super cute. I haven't used mine yet. And you'll see this in tonight's Merchandise Monday vlog too. The inside, minus the tissue paper, is polka dots. So it is so cute. So these, I don't even want to read, do I?
Robert Carlson, Justin Timberlake is doing a collaboration with Rose Gold. I'm bringing Basic back.
Bring Basic back.
Yeah.
See, I can't with Robert. I just can't, because you don't even understand. When I look at his comments while we're doing these speeds, the snort and giggle and everything and the tears will start like he did a couple weeks ago. I can't look.
Well, that's what she watches it after we're all done, and she usually sits there and busts laughing throughout the whole thing.
When we were talking about the Incredibles Expo thing, I sat on the couch and I cried for about a half hour. And not sad cry, like cry.
Somebody asked how much the backpack was.
Oh, shoot, I just put it on the floor. Hold on.
I'm trying to remember, I can't. 85?
80 something. These are 85.
85, and then if you're an annual pass holder, you get 20% off.
Yes.
With that.
Okay, and if you want to be extra or extra basic, then you can get the wallet that goes with it. And these are Loungefly, so they're a good brand.
Robert, that's your Christmas present. I want to see you put it in your back pocket.
Yeah, Robert, this is all you. But yeah, look at all the pretty rose gold on the inside, and there's polka dots on the inside. And you know what? It was too good to pass up. I'm sorry.
Honestly surprised they have not come out with a rose gold sequin magic band yet.
We asked the cast member about that. Actually, the cast member in Mouse Gear actually knew who we were, and she chatted us up for a while about merchandise. And
she said she only follows us.
She only follows us. How sweet. But anyway, she was saying that with these, they were trying to get more in because of the demand. And then rose gold ears were sold out for a while too, and those just came back. So I mean, now I don't know for how long, but as of right now. And then this wasn't on the schedule. I'm just gonna go rogue for a second and
rogue 2.
and just add. Okay, so who are we talking to? Talking to another cast member, and they were talking about the Disney Style Store at Disney Springs.
Oh, it was.
Oh shoot! Might have been somebody in Magic Kingdom, but
it was a lady who asked you about she was talking to you about your dress, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so the Disney Style Store, the new store. Andrew's laughing at comments. I'm not looking. Robert, I know it's you.
It was at the Emporium. It was at the Emporium yesterday, lady, while you were looking at the
yes. Okay, so the Disney Style Store, the newest store at Disney Springs. I'm not looking at you, people. I'm not doing it because it'll be bad for me.
Well, no, because he said I gotta tell you this one.
No, don't tell
this
me.
fits you perfectly. He says he can put his Starbucks card and an UGG membership card in it.
You know what's bad?
I think you have sequin Uggs, don't you?
I do. I have silver sequin Uggs. I love them.
Until rose gold ones come out.
Oh.
We'll spray paint them.
So I do have Uggs, and I do drink Starbucks, and I like rose gold. #basic.
That's basically all you need.
That is basically all you need.
Rose gold seat covers and a cover for his mini van.
You don't even know. My son is behind the camera just doing this. Like, oh my god. Yes. So yeah, all that basic stuff. I wear leggings and Uggs and drink Starbucks. I don't like pumpkin spice, so I'm not full on basic. I don't like pumpkin spice. Because that's one of the things that people
She was a spice girl that nobody liked.
No, I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't. I prefer caramel than spice. Anyway, my gosh, I was talking about the Disney Style Store.
Look at though, everybody's cracking up. This is gold.
This is gold.
Rose gold.
Rose gold. My God.
Okay, back on track. Bring it back.
Disney Style Store. Let's bring it back in. Okay. Disney Style Store has items that are just exclusive to that store.
At Disney
so if you say like you are at a Disney style store, like I did, and you see a couple of cute shirts, and you're like, I'll think about it.
Like she did.
Like I did. You might not find them anyplace else.
No, the cast member told us there is certain pieces that will only be sold there. They will not be sold anywhere else on property. So if you're in there and you see something you want and you're going to grab it, don't think, I'll get it at the Magic Kingdom tomorrow or Epcot on Thursday. No.
I have only seen, for example, when the store first opened, this little cold shoulder sweatshirt. I don't know if you can see what it says, but this was only at that store. I've never seen it anyplace else.
And the men's shirts I saw yesterday with Mr. Toad, I've only seen it there.
And also, these bags, the cast member was saying...
Yeah, she said those are only there right now.
Okay, check this out. I love this. This is only at the Disney style store, too. And these tote bags aren't expensive. I want to say it was $19.99. And then they have ones that have like the cute little sayings on it, like about like waffles and Mickey bars and all that basic stuff that they sell on Etsy. It
was funny how many shirts were in there. They had the sayings you saw on Etsy about a year ago.
Oh, you still find that stuff on Etsy, but
now Disney has their licensed versions of it.
Disney is being smart because, you know, all these ideas that these other people had come up with, now they make their own.
And they don't have to pay the person for the idea.
That's right. The only thing, okay, Robert, or anybody else who wants to talk basic, I don't, and here we go, I'm going to be honest with you because that's all I know how to be.
Here we go.
I don't like the purple wall stuff. I mean, there's these hats and shirts. Meet me at the purple wall. No, don't meet me at the purple wall.
If you're looking for me at the purple wall, you won't find me.
You're not going to find me at the purple wall because I'm not going to stand there in my rose gold and my Starbucks taking selfies by the purple wall. I think that trend needs to go.
We'll go in front of the castle and do that picture.
That's right. And I think that there's other walls. Like there's like a bubblegum wall and like a moss wall.
Remember I tried to do something with the silver rocks? The bluish.
Don't do it. I mean, no more. You know what? There needs to be a petition. Like, stop it. Just stop it.
You can't start a petition on a live feed. Because if she's doing that petition, I'm starting my petition.
No more wall selfies with your Starbucks in your ears. It must stop. Make it stop.
50 people just jumped off.
I know. But you know what? I would rather be honest with you because that's what friends do. We talk about things. You're in my kitchen. We're at kitchen table talk.
You're actually in the kitchen. We're outside the kitchen.
Okay, you're in the kitchen. We're on the other side. But I think it's good for friends to have discussions. And that is what we do at the Main Street Mouse. We are all friends and we can talk about all kinds of stuff. And I just think that the wall thing is like played out no more.
Billy Boatman said she heard there's a rose gold wall at Epcot.
Oh, is there a rose gold wall?
If there is, will you take a picture of that?
No.
But you love rose gold.
I love rose gold, but I'm not going to go stand by the wall. I can't do it.
Watch her Instagram. If that wall exists, that picture will appear.
No. Okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm just too old to get the concept of the purple wall stuff. I don't.
Oh yeah, because we're over the hill.
No, I'm not saying we're over the hill. I'm just saying you see a lot of like the 20-somethings and teenagers standing there doing that.
I never said anything about the purple wall. Why are you flooding me? Challenge accepted. Everyone's flooding the show Scott with purple wall pics.
No, it's
Carolyn.
Don't do it. You know what? It must end.
It must end. We're going to take paint and we're going to paint it a different color.
No, just don't do it. But I do like the Starbucks cups. I like the little Mickey heads and stuff and the balloons on it.
They should paint it like Andy's wallpaper. The clouds in blue.
Yeah. I guess it's just one of those things that like this is how I am. Minus the rose gold thing, so don't make fun of me. But most of the time in the Uggs.
And the Starbucks.
Most of the time.
Isn't your phone rose gold?
That is not the point.
I'm just asking.
No, it's covered with a Rapunzel thing on it. So
underneath it's rose gold, though, I believe.
I don't think so. Anyway, no, but I just and one of those. What?
Janelle, you have a purple wall in your bathroom.
And my purple wall has glitter in it, Janelle. So my purple wall is better. Okay, anyway.
Janelle called you out.
Oh, Janelle. I thought we were better than this. I thought. Okay, anyway, that's not the same purple wall. But no, the thing is, I had a point here and you guys are throwing me off. The thing
the purple wall is Randall.
What?
The purple wall in Tomorrowland is Randall because it's really close to Monsters Inc.
Oh, Randall. Randall's your monster. That's for Monsters Inc.
And he pulls you into the purple wall.
Yes. Okay, so anyway, I just don't, I'm one of those people that if something becomes too popular and too trendy and too, I just don't like it and I move on. That's just how I am. Except for this flippin' rose gold, you guys. It's got me. It's got me.
It's hard.
Or it's got me.
If they made Pop Funko and rose gold, she would have no problem with me buying it anymore.
My strange addiction.
Everybody has their thing. I mean, most of the time, if something gets too popular, I can't stand it.
If I could get rose gold bacon, you'd eat it.
I don't eat bacon, and I would not eat rose gold bacon.
If it was rose gold, you might.
All right. And for the record, people are talking about my purple wall. That purple wall in the bathroom is not a Disney nod purple wall like at Magic Kingdom.
The room is a Rapunzel, and you can take your picture by our wall for $10.
You can come over to our house and take a picture.
We have our own photo
it's my
pass.
Tangled bathroom. It is my Tangled bathroom.
My Haunted Mansion room is all purple.
He's got a purple wall too.
But it's Haunted Mansion, so that's
But it's
cool.
purple.
But it's cool.
So we have multiple purple
walls. There is no
walls in the
glitter
house.
in my walls.
No. All right. So anyway, that's enough basic talk, I guess.
We're done, Robert.
We're done. I'm sorry. Now that I've shamed myself and admitted that I'm only partial basic, but I don't like purple walls.
Part of the healing is admitting you have
Well, now that we've gotten all that
I'm
out,
Michelle and I'm addicted to rose gold.
I love rose gold, but I don't like purple wall selfies. I'm sorry.
Gosh. Okay, let's move on.
Anyway, okay, so Julie asked if millennial pink is still a thing. Yes, it is, but for some reason we are reverting back to rose gold again.
I bet because, like Janelle said, millennial pink's being made into a backpack and a wallet and everything else right now.
Oh, man.
And underwear like Robert wants.
I really hope not, because I don't want multiple
I don't want you to
sparkle
either.
backpacks. I mean, I have too many bags that I could possibly not carry them all. But the only thing
You got 2 arms.
I know. But if I keep telling everybody, if Dooney and Burke ever comes out with a Tangled line, I must have it.
All the sizes.
I must have it. I have to have it. But that's my weakness.
So we'll be doing a GoFundMe when that hits. Pay for Michelle's Rapunzel bags.
GoFundMe for Michelle's Rapunzel habit, you know? Michelle's Dooney fund.
Joe just wants to know, isn't millennial pink just pink?
Well,
You have rose gold earrings in, I just noticed.
oh my god, I do!
Do you have your rose gold Alex and Annie's on?
No! No! Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm taking these out. He called me out. But you know what? These were not expensive earrings. Alright, there. My rose gold is gone. Okay.
For now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find you a rose gold computer.
Okay.
Okay, so this week we do have a media outing on Thursday.
We do. I'm gonna wear my rose gold backpack to the
Rose gold bathing suits. We're going to Typhoon Lagoon. Actually, this Thursday, Disney is having the media sites out for Typhoon Lagoon for the H2O Glow Nights party, and they've actually invited us with the boys, so all 4 of us are going to go and check that out. And we'll be recording, so chances are Michelle will be Instagramming and live feeding on Facebook and all kinds of fun stuff once we're there.
Yes. So Thursday night, H2O Glow Nights Typhoon Lagoon. It's brand new for the incredible summer. I will have stuff on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Yes. Also, last week I recorded 2 guest spots for 2 different podcasts. I was on Network 1901 with our friend Josh, who I was on his podcast 4.5 years ago, and we did a really good interview. He let me talk about everything with the move, Main Street Mouse, the book, the whole 9.
Yeah, because Josh and Angie, they did something similar. They went from Colorado to Disneyland, so they could kind of share a lot of the stuff we went through, and they've always been good friends of ours since we've gotten to know them.
Yes.
And we actually met them for the first time last year at D23, which was really cool.
Yes. And then we did another one for our friend Matt, and we talked about food at Toy Story Land.
Right, and his is an Imagineering podcast?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So we have both links. I know I've linked both of them on our Facebook page in the past few days. So if you check that out, I'd really appreciate it if you listen to it and let me know what you think. Because doing those podcasts are a lot of fun.
Yeah, she used to be nervous. When she first did Josh's 4.5 years ago, she was so nervous. And now she was having fun with it, and the banter back and forth, and she was looking forward to doing it now more than
it's amazing. Like I was saying to you guys earlier about coming out of your comfort zone and doing things that you normally don't do or whatever. The more you do it, the easier it is.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Like these shows are getting easier and
easier.
easier and easier to make all these.
You know what?
H2O Rose Glow.
Oh.
That's what somebody's
I'm in. I'm in. Are they gonna have a rose gold wall there?
They're gonna have rose gold colored water.
No, light ups like they do. Like you know how like every Disney event either has a cupcake.
I would say, is there a rose gold cupcake?
We had one the other day.
I was gonna say you did. That's right. And that's got you.
And it's got Nutella in it. It's really good.
Nutella's not rose gold.
Yeah, sponsored by Starbucks.
And Uggs.
And Uggs. No, but we had rose gold cupcakes.
Yeah.
But anyway, all this
It
stuff
looks more millennial pink than the rose.
No, they have a millennial pink one. No, that's not the same.
Go figure.
And I think the millennial pink one is a different flavor cake batter. We're talking about food again. Sorry. But anyway, all the special events either have a cupcake or they have a drink with like a glowy thing inside it. Like we had the Millennium Falcon, and then we had for Frozen Summer Fun when it was there. They had the glowy stuff in the.
They always
the lotus flower for Rivers of Light.
Yep.
You know, nobody talks about Rivers of Light that much, and they should because it's really a good show.
Well, it gets overshadowed by Pandora.
But no, Rivers of Light is good.
It is a good show.
I mean, it is really good. And that little lotus flower that you can buy for your drink that floats is so pretty.
Or the popcorn bucket.
Oh my gosh, yes. Do they still have the lotus flower bucket?
I'm not sure we haven't been in Animal Kingdom recently to walk around the park. We always go to Pandora and leave.
And Animal Kingdom is the hottest park in the summertime. Just
it is.
FYI.
So we'll be back there in November.
Yeah, so we'll see you in November. No, but they at Rivers of Light I think is really underrated.
It's a good show.
It's such a good show, and the music is so good. I can hear it in my head right now. It's so good.
Why don't you sing some of it for us?
No, I'm not singing anything. I'll probably have it in my head for the rest of the night. But Rivers of Light is amazing, and I really think more people should go see it and talk about it because it's good.
Maybe we should go see it again and then we can talk about it.
Maybe we should.
We'll go late at night though. We'll go like an hour before it starts, so we're not.
So we're not like dying of heat.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? You guys, you guys, when you're coming to Disney in the summer, don't forget about the heat and to stay hydrated. Yes. And don't wear 50-pound Orangeburg dresses in the rain.
And don't forget, water is free at every walk up in Disney. So if you need something to drink and you don't want to spend, just walk up and say, "Can I get a glass of water?" They will gladly give you as many of them as you
free
want.
Water is like everywhere. You can go to Starbucks since we're talking about basic things. When you're in Starbucks waiting for your coffee and your rose gold cupcake, you can get yourself a glass of ice water.
That's right. And then we go, because there's someone that had lemon juice, so you can really doctor up the water.
Yeah, you can make your own like lemonade.
I go to the dollar store and buy the little packets that you dump in there for like high C.
Yeah, you actually can do that, or like the Mayo Mio water, whatever it's called, or like the Crystal Light.
Yes.
You can do that too. But yeah, because yesterday we were out in the heat, and by the time we got home, I started to not feel so good, and I didn't feel good today still from just being so like hot and tired.
Yeah.
So just be careful, you guys out there, because it's so.
It's deceiving because it just hit you. It hit her last night, like when we were getting on the monorail. All of a sudden, she was just like,
I'm done.
I feel good. I need to get out of here. Mm-hmm. I mean, the monorail, of course, is packed, which probably made it worse.
You could breathe in there, and not good. So anyway, I digress. So yeah, be careful because it's hot out there.
So what kind of questions do we have this
week? Yes, I forgot. Oh my gosh, we're going over. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get you to.
I'm sorry.
Rose Gold took.
We completely took this show for a turn again. Okay, so let's do these questions real quick.
I have not heard any of these before.
Oh, I know. It's more exciting this way. Hi, Dennis.
Hope I have answers.
Okay. So Judy wants to know, if you know, what was the real story with the monorail? Did the windows really fall out?
The Incredibles busted them out. They were trying to save everybody. No,
that's not why. Okay, so for those that missed it earlier this week, there was an Instagrammer that put out a story that windows fell out of a monorail. Now he later retracted said story, but then other people, not saying who, ran with it and said that there was windows falling out of the monorail because it's just monorails are old and crappy or whatever. That's not true. So what actually happened, Judy, from what we understand, was the monorail was stopped. For some reason it stopped moving and it got stuck. And they were telling people to open the windows to get air in there. It had nothing to do with malfunction of the bad windows. Yeah. The windows don't just fall out. That didn't happen. So no, it was actually stuck, and it was so people could breathe and get fresh air. That was it. There was no more to the story. And that's, I think, pretty sure that's all we put out too, because it wasn't my picture. I just credited who gave it to me, and I kind of did some digging. And then Janelle said, that this is what's going on, but then other people took it and made a big old story that wasn't even true.
Well, yeah, because they want to get the hits to their site and click on their ads, and so people run with the stories, and we just don't. And actually, we don't do it, A, because we don't like to do that, but B, you guys expect more out of us.
You guys call us out if we do anything that even looks even clickbait-ish. Like a question mark on the end of something. Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys keep us in line, so we know better. We don't.
And Disney likes it. Disney tells us all the time they like the way we do
Disney is really cracking down on blogs, especially the top tier blogs. That if you want to be able to go to events and share things, that you have to toe the line. You can't put out garbage articles, and you can't put out clickbait, and you can't do these things. So we really try to keep in Disney's good graces, and we try to keep in your good graces, because we know if you don't read our stuff and if you think it's garbage, then we're done.
No, and we want to keep the reputation that if we report it, it is factual, that it's not just something we're just trying to stir the pot with and get people to...
Yeah, so that whole mess about the monorail, like breaking and losing windows, is not true. Okay.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Oh, how long did it take us to get back to land last night on that boat ride?
It was only about a 20-minute delay, 15 to 20 minutes total.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
It was like Gilligan's Island, though.
It was. There was more than 7 of us, but I was waiting to see the skipper and get Gilligan.
Yeah. Okay, so that wasn't bad. And then Judy wants to know, this is a different Judy. Her question is, I want to know, what is your favorite park to visit when you're not working? And what is your go-to quick service at that park? I probably should have thought about this one before I said it.
I'm assuming they mean in Disney.
Yes.
California Adventure.
No.
That's the park I would rather go to. I mean, we can't readily go there, but that's my favorite.
No, we would like to, but that's not possible right now. So,
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom is my favorite go-to park.
Mine also.
And let's see, food-wise, where do we eat when we go to Magic Kingdom? If we don't go to Trails End.
We actually, a lot of times, if we're going to do a walk-up, we will either go to the Polynesian and eat Captain Cook's.
Captain Cook's has a really good sandwich.
Or we'll go to the Contemporary to go to Temple Cafe.
Has a really good turkey sandwich.
Which we like both of those. So that's really where we'll go a lot of times for lunch, because you can get out of the park, you can take the boat across, or walk to the Contemporary in front of the Magic Kingdom.
And if we're in the park, Pecos Bill, maybe?
Used to be, not so much anymore. Cosmic Rays.
Yeah, it just depends.
We actually check the menu to see what we're in the mood for, see if a menu has changed somewhere, see if anything new is coming.
And I'm trying to think, like, where do we...
Like, at Epcot, we go to Electric Umbrella.
Yeah, Electric Umbrella.
Which has changed their menu, and there's some good things in there now.
I really like the walk-up in Pandora at Animal Kingdom. I like they have like the rice bowls where you can get rice and chicken, or
that was really good, actually.
That was the walk-up in Pandora is really good.
And then they have the cheeseburger.
The cheeseburger pods.
Yeah.
Which look like those things in that
Pixar short.
Pixar short in Incredibles.
But yeah, those the boys had them. They both said they were really good.
And we had them for the media night. They had the cheeseburger pods that were really good.
Yeah. So that would be. That's probably the one at Animal Kingdom we go to, or Pizza Fari.
I like that.
At Hollywood Studios, we usually go to the commissary.
I like the commissary. Oh, and if you're eating healthy and you eat salad like I do, they have a really good Mediterranean salad that comes with like pita chips and hummus.
Or if you go to Backlot Express, you get pre-refills on all your beverages, as many as you want. And when it's hot out, there's nothing beats.
But they don't have that good salad. When you live here, you can't eat garbage all the time.
You sweat and walk all the time. You can eat
okay, well he does, but I don't. But they do have a really good salad at the commissary.
I get chicken nuggets.
It's chicken nuggets everywhere.
I like chicken nuggets. Don't judge. Don't judge salad.
Don't judge my salad.
I just realized our banner is like big time crooked.
Our banner is really crooked this time.
Is.
So, okay. And I think that is it. Oh my goodness, we already went. I'm
it's
sorry we went over.
So
Gosh.
I guess we should get going.
And we didn't lose everybody, so that's
No,
good. We lost some, but not all of you.
Well, some of them may have fallen asleep.
Some of you were sleeping at your computers,
Rose
right?
gold.
Rose gold, Starbucks, purple wall.
I don't know how Uggs came into it all. But anyway, make sure you follow us on our different social media platforms. Of course, Facebook and Instagram at The Main Street Mouse. On Twitter, Main Street Mouse. And on YouTube, it's The Main ST Mouse. You can also follow Michelle, Cindershella4 on Instagram. Or I'm under TMSM_Avenger on Instagram. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Thank you for this journey. These 4 years have been wonderful. Actually 8 years, but 4 years here in Florida has been absolutely fantastic. We appreciate every one of you for tuning in. Please, please, please remember to share these videos. Get it out so we can get more people to watch them. And I guess that's it. So next week we'll talk about the media event at Typhoon Lagoon, and I'm sure we'll have all kinds of other things to talk about as well. And until then, we will see you next time. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye.